Welcome to Coach Taylor's Class Notes. Today we're going to talk about application problems, which is the same thing as word problems, and how we do word problems and turn them into equations. So first thing we have to do is we have to find the variable term. So our variable term will have a per, an each, or an every. So $3.50 per hour, $75 each visit, $6 every month. And so the variable, or the X, is the hours, is the visits, it's the months, it's whatever the per, each, or every is. The next thing that we need to find is we need to find the constant term. So it is the thing that never changes or is a one-time cost. So a $40 ladder rental that the painters use, $156 for the parts, and it takes 3 hours to fix, a $2 initial fee. And so this is just going to be the number that we add or subtract after the variable term. And then the last thing that we need to do is we need to find the total. Total cost, total earned, etc. So we're going to turn the variable term, the constant term, and the total into our equation, and then we're going to solve. So let's look at a couple of our practice problems. So a cab company charges $1.50 for each mile. So first things first is I found my magic word, which is each. So each tells me that miles is going to be my X, and that 1.5 or $1.50 is going to be the coefficient in front of my X. So let's keep reading. They also have an initial fee of $2 for any cab ride. Initial fee, $2, cha-ching. So now I want to put plus 2. Because that's one, it only happens one time per ride, and for every mile we drive, we have to add more money. Tommy paid a total of $24.50 for the ride. So again, total, it's usually pretty obvious, so we're going to put equals 24.5. Now I have an equation to solve, and I want to know how many miles did he go. So now let's rewrite our equation down here where we can show our work. 1.5x plus 2 equals 24.5. So now I need to find my constant, which is the number all by itself, which is 2. I need to flip the sign. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Let's make that decimal point obvious. My 2's cancel. I'm going to bring my variable term down. And so 24.5 minus 2 gets me 22.5. And now I need to find my coefficient. My coefficient is a number next to a letter. To get rid of a coefficient, I divide. So I'm going to get my trusty calculator out. 22.5 divided by 1.5 gives me x equals 15. And again, the question is asking miles, and so I need to make sure that I include miles in my answer. All right, so let's look at our next problem. Andrea and her friends went to the movies one day after school, and they spent a total of $57. Okay, so I've got my total, so I've got 57 equals. Each ticket cost $6.50. So I've got my each. Again, each is my magic word, so tickets is going to be my X, so 6.5x. The online ticket fee was $5. So again, we're looking for things like fee, and so I'm going to tack on the plus 5. And then finally, what we want to know is how many tickets did Andrea buy? And so now we get to solve our equation. I need to find my constant term, which is my letter, or my number without a letter, which is 5. What I do to one side, I do to the other. 57 minus 5 is 52, and I need to bring my variable term down, 6.5x. Now my coefficient is the number in front of my letter, so my coefficient this time is 6.5. To get rid of coefficients, I need to divide. I'm going to pull out my trusty calculator. 52 divided by 6.5. 8 tickets is how many Andrea bought. And so that's how we do word problems. So we're looking for the per, each, or every to give us our variable term. We're looking for fees or one-time costs to give us our constant. And then we're looking for the total amount that everything costs. And then we can put in an equation and solve like we have been doing.